up? Can you guys hear me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Doing our little walk in the park today again. We did it last week. I'm gonna try to do this at least like once a week, man. I think that'd be really, really cool. Can y'all hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. Look at how nice it is outside. It's really nice. Isn't that so sick? I think it's cool. Alright, I think we are live. Nice. It's a beautiful day, man. We're gonna find a place to sit. I don't know where, but we'll find a place to sit. And then we'll get the ball rolling, man. That's what we'll do. Look at this. What's up, Luke? What is up? It's a beautiful day out here in South Jersey. Lots of sunshine. No rain. It's gorgeous. I have to invest in me one of those Steadicam cameras, those vlog cameras, or whatever they're called. But it's a gorgeous day out, man. It is. Not a cloud in the sky. And honestly, man, it all starts because of the Birds W yesterday. Yeah, it's gorgeous. So, I've been thinking about doing these, doing these pods, like where I walk and where I talk. And I think Walk in the Park with JJ is a really, really fitting name, man. I really do. I think that that's such a great name for a pod like this, where we walk and we talk for like a half hour, maybe do it about like once a week, and we just catch up on the Philly sports, And it also distracts me. Sometimes, for some reason, I'm not even afraid to talk about it. But I have diagnosed anxiety. I guess, don't we all? But sometimes, like when I'm walking by myself, I get a little bit anxious because I'm just, by myself. I don't know. But when I talk to people, or when I'm doing this, I find this really, really therapeutic, especially on a day like today. So I like the idea of doing like a little walk in the park, getting a little bit of some exercise while still talking to you, giving you guys some extra content and some extra outside of the studio types of things, I think that that's like really, really awesome. So, oh my gosh, look at the colors. Before I get into the sports talk, look at the colors of this tree. I love fall, man. Fall is my favorite season. It used to be summer because I have a birthday in the summer, and I always liked that because I was always off from school then. But fall is such a great season. I love the colors of the leaves. It's so beautiful. It really is. That is a nice red. Dude, they're so cool. Red and orange. And yellow. They're great. I love maple trees. I do. We have a garden at our house. I'm trying to get more and more into nature and giving back, to the environment. But yeah, we've been growing a lot of tomatoes. I didn't pick any yesterday, and a lot of them turned red and orange today. So I was like, oh, darn it, I got to pick them. It's crazy. It's really crazy. RC's here. What's up, RC? How you doing, man? Thanks so much for coming on. Appreciate you, bro. So good to see you. It is. It's so nice to see you. Look, we got a little playground over here. Probably really shouldn't film these kids because there's, I gotta be careful about not just kids, but other people that are on the camera. It's good to just let them know that they're on camera. But yeah. All right. JJ, Yankees or Dodgers? All right, we'll start off there. Okay, we'll start off right there. Okay. Yankees or Dodgers? Well, first and foremost, let's talk about those series first, okay? And then we'll get into the Phillies talk. And then we'll get into the Philly sports talks and all that sort of stuff. So, my biggest takeaway from this whole entire championship series is that the reason why the Phillies didn't make it as far as they could have is because they weren't putting up good at bats and they weren't getting to the starting pitching. So, as great as their starting pitching was, they weren't the bats just were not doing a good job at getting on base, and the whole mindset was just to slug for home runs. And while we have some really, really good power hitters, okay, the Jesse Winkers of the world, the Tommy Edmonds of the world, the Max Muncies of the world, Max Muncy wasn't just slugging, he was finding ways to get on base. You understand? He was drawing walks. He had he got on base 13 straight times in a row. You know, like, that's really, really crazy. Like, that's wild. Mookie was finding ways to get on. They weren't just slugging. They weren't finding ways to just hit the ball out of the ballpark. That's not what they were doing. They found ways to just get on base. So, that's why the Phillies didn't make it as far as they did. And their bullpen wasn't so good. I would run the bullpen back. But the Phillies are going to need, as much as I want Juan Soto, that's the only other slugger that I would take. And it's not going to happen. The Yankees are going to give him the bag. But they need guys that can just play baseball. They need baseball players. They need guys that can just find ways to get on base. The Gene Seguras of the world were the reasons why the Phillies made it to the World Series in 2022. Contact hitters that could set the table for the sluggers and drive in runs. And I actually am starting to now come full circle and realize that Alec Bohm, as great as he was at driving in runs, maybe it wouldn't be such a bad thing if the Phillies tried to actually use him more towards the top of the lineup and have him get on base that way. You understand what I'm saying? Because he's not a slugger. I think that I want my, like, Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper and those guys that can hit home runs, I want them in the middle of the order. So those are just my thoughts about that. This weekend was fun, though, with, like, all the World Series stuff, really. All the NLCS and the ALCS stuff. PAS, thanks so much for coming on here. Appreciate it. But the NLCS and the ALCS, I think were fun to watch. I know some people said, like, oh, the NLCS, there was a lot of blowouts. To me, it was 7-4 in the top of the 8th inning. That's not a blowout. Even though it ended 10-4 or 10-5 or whatever the final score was, it wasn't a blowout. It was a very good, well-thought-out series between the Dodgers and the Mets. And that Yankees-Guardians series, I thought that the Guardians were going to force it to a Game 6, but they just could not come up with the timely at-bats. And Juan Soto had the one swing. And let's give Giancarlo Stanton credit, too. Judge rounds into the double play in that 6th inning, and Stanton comes up, runner over at third, and he ties the game. He won MVP for that reason, and he deserved it over Juan Soto. So that was nice. I think I'm going to find a way. I'm going to find a place to sit. Oh, my gosh. We have a... oh, my gosh. Look at this. Look at this. Cool. Is that an ostrich? Is this an ostrich? Hold up 1 second. Is that an ostrich? I've never seen one before in person. Huh. That's really cool. I was going to sit over there, but now I won't sit over there because that guy looks like he's roaming around and having a good time. We'll find another place to sit. But anyhow, it's a dinosaur. But yeah, I thought it was a good overall weekend. I thought that both teams did a good job in both games, and the Yankees were just the better team. The Yankees-Dodgers should be a really interesting World Series. I'll try to be covering it. We'll get into this a little bit later, but the scheduling for this week is going to be a little bit off the walls just because the Sixers are starting. I want to try to get back into doing some Flyers games too. Haven't really done a lot, but I want to try to do that as well. The famous Jersey ostrich. I've never seen an ostrich in person. Huh. Maybe that's a sign. Maybe that's a sign. Let's talk about Yeah. So let's get into this Eagles game that happened yesterday. The Eagles yesterday were so good. They played exactly the way that they were supposed to yesterday. It didn't start off so well, and I was not happy with the passing, and I am concerned about the passing. I am. The passing game to me has not been so effective, and that is a cause of concern. But what I really, really enjoyed yesterday was the fact that they ran the ball through Saquon, and literally Cam Jurgens was playing like Jason Kelsey out there. He played so well. You're down Jordan Mailata, Mekhi Becton, you lose him, and I was interested to see if they were going to put Tyler Steen in a different position on the offensive line. I understand that Dexter Lawrence is a beast, and he is. Dexter Lawrence is just that guy. But Cam Jurgens and that offensive line was literally giving Saquon Barkley holes that were wide open. And Saquon ran it all the way to New York. He ran on that turf like he's never done before. And I think that that was his best game, arguably, during his career. They bulldozed past those Giants, and they just ran it down their throats. Again, the passing game does worry me. I don't feel good about with the way that they've been utilizing Jalen Hurts in the pocket as a passer. The dot to A.J. Brown was awesome. That was a nice pass. They didn't really get Devontae Smith involved a lot yesterday, and they didn't really have to, but they should have started off the game by running the ball, and they were lucky because the Giants are just so bad, and they couldn't put up any points in the first quarter either. But my gosh, when they ran the ball, I said that in the second half, after they put up two nice drives in that second quarter, that's what they had to do throughout the rest of the game. And boy, did it work. It did. It worked really, really well. Consistent play does win, and they were consistent yesterday from that second quarter on, and that was what I wanted to see. I gave them overall an A- as a total of a performance, and I think that that is the right way to go about it. I didn't give the offense an A. I gave them a B+ because of that first quarter. But the Eagles did a very, very good job yesterday, and that was their most complete win that they've had all season long. I'm proud. I'm really, really proud, man. I want to talk about the defense. Nolan Smith had a really nice sack yesterday. He got to the quarterback. Daniel Jones looked like he was a lost puppy out there. Vic Fangio, I think, is getting his defensive schemes underway. I do. I like what Vic is being able to provide, and I think that the players are starting to buy in to his philosophies, and they've worked. Now, Bryce Huff, I don't know if he likes how he's being utilized, but he had a sack yesterday. He did. We had two nice sacks from Jalen Carter. He's finding his groove. They played really well in the secondary. I know I'm like a little bit all over the place, but my biggest takeaway on that defensive side, the number one thing I want to see moving forward, I want Quinyon Mitchell to be guarding the top wide receivers of each team. His defense on Malik Neighbors last night was clamps down. He was clamps. He put up the brakes on Malik Neighbors. And you knew that Daniel Jones was going to go to him a lot of times because that's his right-hand man. But Quinyon played so well. I wish that he had a pick. He almost had it. And he's going to get a pick soon. But he needs to be the number one cornerback moving forward. It can't be Darius Slay, even though he looked like he was resurrected yesterday. And he played some really good defense. He had a couple of nice stops. My favorite play, though, was when they found Wan'Dale Robinson, the Giants, and he was just short of the first down marker. And Quinyon Mitchell right there, even though it wasn't his guy, was right there to take them down at that time. I know that they ended up getting a first down out of it, but those are the types of defensive players and the types of defensive plays that I want on my team. That's the truth. So overall, I give them an A minus because it was their most complete game of the season, and they played so well on both ends. They did. Jalen had one nice play that I also want to mention too, where he escaped the blitz, and it looked like he was going to be taken down. I think it was Dexter Lawrence that was on him at the time. I can't remember who it was, but he escaped the blitz. He almost got sacked, and he stayed on his feet, and he got away, and he gave the Eagles life. That was big. Those types of plays are what win you football games, and Jalen Hurts yesterday made winning plays. They were 1 for 12 on third down, but then Sirianni, I don't know if it was Sirianni or if it was Kellen Moore. I want to believe that it was more so Kellen Moore. But Kellen Moore said, screw the passing game. Let's just utilize Saquon Barkley and try to give Jalen Hurts his legs. And they didn't have to go to the air game, and it worked. And they spammed it, and the Giants couldn't do anything to stop it. That's why they won. And the defense gave you sacks left and right because Daniel Jones is terrible, and they just don't have an offensive line. They don't. The Giants have no offensive line. They cannot protect Daniel Jones in the pocket. So that's all I wanted to say about the Eagles. Great game. Special teams did a really good job. I liked that tackle by Sidney Brown when they had that punt return. That was really cool. Yeah, overall, I was really, really proud of the Eagles yesterday. And I didn't know. This was a big game for me because they barely beat the Browns, and I didn't know what type of a team that they were going to be. But their identity moving forward is we got to win in the trenches. Run the football and stop the run and get to the quarterback. They actually couldn't really do a good job at stopping the run yesterday, and I thought that, what's his name? Who's the running back that they have along with Devin Singletary? Thomas, I think his name is. Can't remember right now. But they had that one drive in the third quarter where they actually did start to run a little bit more, and the Eagles just could not stop him. It was like Tyree Thomas or something like that. I can't remember what his name is right now. But I thought that they were going to run it more through him and try to utilize him more. And then they just went back to the passing game. Daniel Jones got sacked. Giants are awful. The Giants are so bad. They're so terrible. It's not even funny. But that's all I got to say about the Birds. Dude, this basketball court over here, I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to walk up to it right now. Hold up 1 second. This basketball court over here, this is this was donated by Jason Thompson, who was a former basketball player, and he donated that court, and it's really, really nice. This is new. I think it's been here for about like a year. It's really awesome. I might try to film some videos over there eventually. JJ Dunk for us. I don't have those mad hops, bro. I don't have those types of mad hops. Let me sit down. Let me try to find some shade. But yeah, the Birds played so well yesterday. They did. I was really proud of them. What type of grade would you guys give the Birds? Let me know down below. You're at the Laurel Acres Park. Well, don't tell the whole world where I am because now everybody's going to show up. It's crazy. Oh, this bench is... Are we allowed to sit on this bench? I guess so. I don't know. I feel weird for sitting on a bench that's honored by somebody. I don't know. It feels a little bit weird to me. There it is. Nobody's showing up, JJ. Everybody's at work. But now everybody's going to know where I am on Mondays. You're fine. Just kidding. I don't know. I feel weird for sitting over there. Anyhow, I was really proud of the Birds yesterday. What grade would you give them? overall from yesterday's performance? Let me know in the comments down below. What else? The Flyers, they lost their home opener. They couldn't get any sort of points out there, and that was really disappointing. I wanted Michkov to go off yesterday. That ended up not working out. It is what it is. We'll see how they do tomorrow. They have a back-to-back tomorrow and Wednesday, so I'm curious to see how they do and how they respond. Speaking of Wednesday, I am going to the Sixers season opener on Wednesday, so that'll be really, really awesome, and I will probably provide a lot of content for y'all. I won't be doing the game, obviously, on the channel. I'll be back on for Friday's game, but that should be interesting. Hopefully, I don't know if Paul George is going to play or not. Probably not. I wanted to see PG in action. It ain't going to happen, probably. But anyhow, this is where I'm sitting. So gorgeous. Love this park. So yeah, I doubt Embiid and PG is going to play. Yeah, I doubt it too. But at least I get to see Tyrese Maxey, man. I love Tyrese Maxey. He's my favorite ball player. He's my favorite player, man. I love Tyrese Maxey. Hopefully we do get a win, though. Dude, I just said that this podcast should be called Walk in the Park, and I'm sitting now in the park. Whatever. It is what it is. So, with the way that this week's going to go, I want to be able to do some more football games. I think that that'd be really cool to bring that to the channel. I know that we have other people that are covering it, but I like being able to do more sporting events. I want to get more practice doing it. I think football's a lot of fun, and I'd like to try to do some more games. So tonight I'm going to go on for the 8 o'clock game, probably. I probably should, because that's the earlier game, even though more people are going to be doing it. But it is what it is. I probably should do the 9 o'clock game, but I got to get up early tomorrow. I do. But yeah, I want to try to do some more games. But why do I bring that up? Because tonight, what's going to happen is we're going to do the Monday night game tonight. Tomorrow, I got a special guest coming on to talk with me about the Sixers. We're going live at like 7 o'clock, so that'll be really awesome to be able to do a live stream with him. I won't tell you who the guest is just yet. I'll leave that as a surprise. Wednesday, I got vlogs for the Sixers game. We'll catch up with the Flyers too after Wednesday night's game. And then Thursday, I got a day off. Friday, I got what are we doing Friday? Friday, we got World Series and we got the Sixers. I'm probably going to do the Sixers and then just finish up the rest of the World Series game as we're live on the Sixers. See how that goes. Saturday, I'm off. Saturday, we're doing something special for my mom because it's her birthday weekend. And then Sunday is her actual birthday, but I am going to do the Eagles game. And then probably, I think the Sixers play that day too. We'll do a little bit of some Sixers. So, you heard it from here, first and foremost, of what the schedule is going to be like about this week. We're a little bit all over. There's a lot of sports going on. So, yeah. I could sit out here all day, man. I could totally sit out here all day. It's so nice. It's so, so nice. As a Philly halftime. I can't tell you who it is. I just said I can't tell you. Of course, people are going to want to know now who it is. I got to keep it a surprise. Dude, it is gorgeous. It's so gorgeous over here. It's so, so nice out. I love the sunshine. And, yeah. So what do you think about walk in the park with JJ? I like it. Walk in the park with JJ. That's what we're going to do every Monday. And I'm going to make it available to my members. I think it's really awesome. It just came to me today. And I was like, you know what? That's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. So, we're going to make that a thing every single week on Mondays. Hopefully the weather's nice. And I want to be consistent with that. And you guys can also go on your walks as you're listening to me walk. Hopefully that motivates you guys, because guess what? I can't be sitting at the desk all the time. I got to get out. I got to do other things, and I want to be able to inspire other people. And, if people just see me at the desk all the time, just calling the game like for entertainment and stuff like that, that's cool. But I want to motivate other people to do things, right? And to be active out there. So I think that that's really, really important, to be able to do something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because now I got to look at myself and I got to say, well, I'm inspiring other people, I'm saving other people's lives, and I'm being there to put smiles on people's faces. But I should also be motivational as well. So, Michael's here. What's going on, man? How you doing? Luke says, I wish I could jump into the pool, but it got covered. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. I said all that stuff while I was sitting down and while I wasn't walking. But I'll start walking a little bit again. Aw. So, yeah. So, the Birds did good. Got to win next week against the Bengals. Cover that game. We'll talk a little bit more about that, too, as the week goes on. But, yeah, I'm very satisfied with the win. Still have some concerns. Hopefully Jordan Mailata's okay. Hopefully Mekhi Becton's okay as well. I was just about to ask about you walking, says LP. Yeah, I was taking a little bit of a rest. So, now we're walking again. I just saw an ostrich for the very first time here in New Jersey, so that was kind of cool. Maybe that's a sign for something. I've never seen an ostrich before. Part of that is because, A, I got to get out more, and B, I don't think ostriches are around here, or at least in my area, that much. So, halftime's blood pressure was right where we needed it to be yesterday. I didn't even get to listen to halftime yesterday, man. I got really, really busy. So, but yeah. What other types of content would you guys like to see out here? This is another way for me to get other ideas, and fire away down below of what other things you think would be really, really cool on Play by Play with JJ. I want to try to do some man on the street interviews. I think that'd be really, really cool. I did one. I had it on a YouTube short when we went to Xfinity Live. It wasn't actually at Xfinity Live, but it was outside of the fan store, which I thought was really cool. It was not packed at Xfinity. It was actually dead over there. I was a little bit sad because I wanted to ride the bull for the very first time. I've never seen Xfinity dead. Step by step, how to shoot a free throw with JJ. I can't do that. Heck no. I gotta teach myself how to be able to get a better shooting form. My shooting form's ugly, bro. It's bad. I gotta shoot some foul shots, but that's a good idea. But I gotta get my form down, bro. It's part of the reason why I like going back to this basketball organization, because I'm helping out other people, but I also am sort of helping myself as I go. Luke wants to know what I think about the Detroit Lions. Dude, they're for real. It's weird to me how Hassan Reddick literally just turned everybody upside down. He was holding out. You thought that he was going to get moved. I thought that he was going to get traded to Detroit for Aiden Hutchinson. And he was like, ha ha ha, made you look. I didn't say I didn't mean to say for Aiden Hutchinson himself, but you know what I'm saying. Aiden Hutchinson's hurt. We don't know how much time he's going to miss, but I'm so shocked that he stayed with the Jets. I am. I'm really, really shocked that he stayed with the Jets. But the Lions themselves look really good. They look like them and the Vikings are really good. That game yesterday was awesome. That game was so awesome. The Jets look terrible. Rodgers had a couple of picks last night. Devontae Adams comes. Everybody's like, well, Devontae and Aaron Rodgers and Allen Lazard. It's all going to be one happy Packers family again. So, I don't know. The Bills have the East. They do. The Bills have that division. I like seeing teams like Detroit doing good. It's really exciting. I agree. I like seeing the Vikings do good, man. I do. JJ McCarthy is out for the whole entire season, and, they have an offensive-minded head coach who's putting everybody in a position to succeed. They need to go after some defensive players at the deadline. That's what they have to do. I think the Vikings are going to go to the Super Bowl. Sam has something to prove. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I do think that this Vikings team is for real. They showed that yesterday. They almost came back and won. They did. They almost came back and won, man. It's pretty insane. Sam Darnold is him, and they're putting him in a good position to succeed. And I like what I'm seeing from them. Aaron Jones was a good move. Getting Aaron Jones has really helped them on offense as well. And Justin Jefferson is just the best. He's the best receiver in the game. I think he's better than Tyreek Hill. But that's just me. I think A.J. Brown's also up there too. I think A.J. Brown is top 5. So, and C.D. Lamb. Actually, I have a hot take. I think A.J. Brown this year is better than C.D. Lamb. You heard it from here. I think A.J. Brown's better than C.D. Lamb this year. That's the truth. So, what else? What else is going on? What else is going on over here? The whole NFC North looks really good. You're right. Ravens are great. Getting Derrick Henry was a good move for them. What else? I don't know why, for some reason. I'm starting to get a little bit anxious for some reason. I don't know. I don't know why. Tyreek Hill has done nothing since Tua has been out. Neither is Jalen Waddle, man. Neither is Jalen Waddle. But yeah, any other really cool ideas of other types of content that you guys can think of, please let me know. I'm always willing to get better. I want to make my streams better. And I don't just want to do play-by-play. I want to try to explore other things as well. When I was doing the Phillies games, I was proud of doing the Phillies games. But then I wanted to expand because that's how you grow. And also, I wanted to create a space where I could get other people, that couldn't talk to me during the Phillies games because I was so busy. I wanted to give them a shot to be able to, have those nice, deep, meaningful convos. And, start sort of from scratch again and build something. So create more so of a baseball community. And I kind of want to do that with the NFL a little bit. Even though it's a little bit more competitive, I still think that that's really cool. So if you guys have any other ideas, please let me know in the comments. I want to try to get out there on other platforms, and I really want to take this thing. I'm not kidding. I really want to take this thing through the roof. And I really think that we can. I want us to get noticed from other people and just continue to grow our family. So, and I never thought that it would ever come to this point. But it's only up. It's only up. So let me know down below. We are going to get better equipment. I am going to get a personal lavalier mic eventually, once I continue to just get more and more stuff. And I also have to get one of those vlogging cameras so that way I can keep my face steady. Right now the camera job is not so good. The camera job sucks on my end. But again, trial and error. Trial and error. We keep doing it until we find something. Who are my top 5 receivers? Like you said, A.J. Brown, Justin Jefferson, all those guys. So my top 5 right now. Oh, look at those birdies. There's a whole family of birdies right over here. They're all scattering. We have a nice bird feeder at our house. We have a couple of bird feeders and a bird bath as well. And it's so cool because the birds can go over there, and it's a bird haven out there. They interact with the squirrels, interact with all those creatures. My top 5 receivers right now. Back to the receivers, speaking of birds. So AJ Brown's in my top 5. Who else do I have? Cooper Kupp now is not in my top 5. Puka Nacua, when he's healthy, is really good. I don't know if he's top 5. It's Tyreek Hill, AJ Brown, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, and I guess number 5, Mike Evans is a good one. Who am I missing? Mike Evans is good. George Pickens is still nice. Devontae Adams is still pretty good. Who's number 5? Jamar Chase? Jamar Chase, maybe? I don't know. Number 5 is weird to me. I'm sure that somebody will like throw out a name and I'll be like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, like you're right. Malik Neighbors is good, but I wouldn't put him top 5. I wouldn't put Amari Cooper in the top 5. I wouldn't put Stephon Diggs in the top 5. Who else? Yeah, I don't know. Amon-Ra St. Brown's doing really good. Oh, yeah, okay. Yep, it literally just jinxed me. Amon-Ra St. Brown's doing really, really good. Yeah, maybe I would put him in the top 5. Can't put Zay Flowers in the top 5. No to DeAndre Hopkins now, even though DeAndre Hopkins for a while was dominating. Yeah, maybe it is Amon-Ra St. Brown. Maybe. So, I can't really think of anybody else. Deebo Samuel's not top 5 now. Maybe Ayuk when he's healthy, even though I'm a little bit worried about him for his personal safety and his injuries. Yeah, I'd probably put Amon-Ra St. Brown top 5. So it's AJ Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown. This is in no particular order, by the way. CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, and Justin Jefferson. Top 5 running backs: Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey when he's healthy. Those are my top 3. Those are my top 3 running backs. Who makes it 4-5? Eckler, no. Man, this gets tough. I don't know why. But yeah, it's Henry, Saquon, McCaffrey as the top 3. 4. Who else? Who else is really good? Why can't I think of any right now? I can't think of any right now. Devon Achane's nice. But no. I can't put him in the top 5. Give me some more hints. I don't know. Who else? Who else should I put in my top 5 for running backs? I'm trying to think of the teams. The Vikings, the Lions. Jahmyr Gibbs? Jonathan Taylor when he's healthy? Yes. Jonathan Taylor when he's healthy? Yes. For Indianapolis. That's a good one. Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs, I'd put him up there. And Kyren Williams is also really, really good. I like Kyren Williams a lot. Drafted him in fantasy this year. He's doing really good for me. So, yeah, those are my top 5. And then tight end. Let's do tight end. Travis Kelce's up there. Dallas Goedert is not top 5 this year. Put Mark Andrews when he's healthy. TJ Hawkinson's really good. Kyle Pitts is also really, really good. I put Kyle Pitts in the top 5 for Atlanta. David Njoku, no. Who's the one on Buffalo that's really good? Not Dawson Knox. Dalton Kincaid. But I don't think he's top 5. Yeah. I don't know. It's hard for me to think right now. George Kittle. Yep, that's a good one for the 49ers. He played pretty well yesterday, actually. I like George Kittle a lot. Who else? George Kittle's nice. Dallas doesn't really have a good tight end. Zach Ertz, I know he's old, but he's actually not playing bad. I think the PFF rankings goes 1 Kittle. Who else? 1 is Kittle. 2 is probably Kelsey, right? 2, I guess, would have to be Kelsey. Is that correct? 2 is Andrews. Okay. I would have put him number 4. Kelsey is 3. I don't know. Maybe Goddard is top 5. Maybe Goddard is top 5. I don't know. Because we also have to put in blocking as well. You messed up. So I'm gonna guess with the way that PFF has it. Let me guess. I'm gonna say that they say number 1 is Kittle, number 2 is Kelsey, 3 is Andrews, 4 probably is oh my gosh. I'm missing who's that tight end? The rookie tight end that's doing really, really well. 4's Hawkinson. Who's the rookie tight end? Oh my gosh, why am I blanking out on his name? 4 probably is, 4 is Hawkinson. And who's 5? Laporta. Laporta is who I was missing. Laporta is, for Detroit. Sam Laporta. Aiden Laporta. Sam Laporta for Detroit, yes. He's good. Again, my mind is a little bit off today now for some reason. And with that, I think I'm going to wrap things up, man. I'm going to go back to the car. We're going to go back home, get our thumbnail ready for tonight. And that's what we're going to do. But I appreciate y'all for rocking with me for our second Walk in the Park episode. We're going to get better with this. Don't you worry. I'm going to have some more structure to these things. And we'll do that. All right? I love you guys. And I will catch you all tonight, 8 o'clock, for the Monday Night Football game. This was fun. All right? Peace out. Love you all.